these trips, I had to go and get a pass. Got a really big bag for it. You still at your mama crib, ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. I'm tired of complaining, I got a bitch chase my tape, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
Coach, it's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game in that wedding as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Washington Redskins. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
What? Squeeze.
Showing up.
Let's go. Let's go.
First carry for Darius Geis. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Read.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey. And the ball, say go.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Here we go. Any weapons, 30 base.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check. Check that.
Off the play fake. Eason. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. That one into the hands of Hamilton. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he saw on offense. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
61, match box, white.
Let's go, baby. Kill.
Hey, over. Get it.
From the gun, Mooney. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down.
Throwing on 1st down, Mooney. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
6-6, pull it high.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side. Grayson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Hey, Haywood!
51 to mine.
Let's set it tall, fellas. Let's set it tall.
51 to
Operating from the gun, Mooney. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Ready to break.
Mike 51. Better break. You better break. I'm letting you know right now, you better break. He's checking.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Mooney. And this will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go. Patch it.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Here we go again.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 7. Should here on 4th and a yard.
Let's get it.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 34. And this is going to be no good. That was short. Not even on target either, but it was short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
To the right, boy. Tight to the right.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
On the double.
Yo.
2nd and 15. Open man here is Hamilton. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Looking to throw. Eason. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike 55. I got you.
Snap.
To throw again. Eason. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, Eason. He's got this complete to Hamilton. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 30. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Check Mike 45. Hey, let's get in them holes. 45's the mic. 45's the mic. I'm coming.
Operating from the gun. Eason got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. In for the score as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Going to give this time to the tailback.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 1. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 3rd down, Grayson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Let's see. Slam, slam, slam.
Ready?
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Off play action. Mooney. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Ringer, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. You must
Five.
51, Mike. Mike
Deep
51.
rip.
Back to throw. Mooney finding room inside the 40. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Yes.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 7 yards on 3rd down.
Hey, you! Greystone, travel.
Check.
Look at me, zipper! Hey, high 7! Let's go! Get it!
Looking to throw. Mooney. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
That strong return is setting them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Set 90 Wolf.
Watch QB drop.
They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
51. Don't get nervous. Right here, guys.
Yep.
51. Hey, watch the slant. 51, Mike. Mike, 51. Here we go.
From the gun, Mooney. And he comes back with 1 complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 25-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Come on,
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Smooth.
55, Mark, 55. I'm coming after you. Check 55 to mine. Check 55.
Go.
Operating from the gun, Mooney. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Mike, 55.
Go. Shoot.
Back to throw. Mooney. This will be caught at about the 5. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Here it comes. Here it comes.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He got 29 yards that time. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Looking to throw. Eason, he's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
2nd and 3. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Eason, and tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that moves him back 5. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Well, close game, second. Half, you obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Mooney is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down now, Grayson. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The 3rd down. Intended for number 82. Incomplete.
The Redskins send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And take it right on the 30. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Right back to him on 1st down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
I'm here all day.
Hey, Hayward.
51 the mic. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Go. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Get up.
To throw on second down. Mooney. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. Oh, no, he lost the football. Powers through again. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes. We're trying to put them on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
61, match box, lights. Hey, box drop.
Off the play fake. Eason under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Six, pull it high.
Hey, tight.
Let go.
Back to throw. Eason. And caught by Henry. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Eason. But it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This for the lead in the final stages. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Bravo!
Mike 51, Mike 51. What we got? What we got? What we got? Got Mike 51, Mike 51.
They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 42. Back to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Hey, I'm coming.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 17-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
They start on the ground with Geis. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And some room to roam now. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30. 10. he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Redskins, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model.